regarding dating, why status is way more important than quote-unquote game. Today we discuss.
Welcome to Venezuela Insider, the only place in Venezuela for expats, digital nomads, entrepreneurs, investors, travelers, and related internationals. For more information, venezuelainsider.com.
So it's very funny when I see all of these videos regarding dating coaches and PUAs and so on. And by the way, I'm not disregarding everything that they say because it has some substance. I mean, of course, it's something important, in gaming. What is game? Well, let's define it as the social tools and the social skills in order to hang out, present yourself, leverage your position in order to get something from another person. For instance, something that we see a lot on sales and marketing, and of course, well applied, has a good outcome. And of course, regarding dating, if you're a man, you will need to leverage yourself regarding your social skills in order to get the desired outcome, that is, of course, have success, have a positive relationship and interaction with any given female. And I understand that perfectly. Of course, some people are better than other people, talking to men, regarding leveraging game, these social skills, in order to have the best outcome with females. Now, the issue that I have with quote-unquote game, that is nothing more than neuro-linguistic programming, that of course is going to take you so much, it's going to help you until a certain degree. Maybe in a situation that it was a 50-50, it can increase your probabilities to 75-80%, so very good. I'm not disregarding learning and being better on neuro-linguistic programming, very good. However, there are a lot of factors that actually have some implications regarding your success on, of course, dating. And game is one of the list, because what happens is different societies have different, of course, goals and standards and idiosyncrasy. And the issue is with game, regarding game, is that you cannot change a whole society regarding game. And having success with quote-unquote females and something, the patterns that I see on macroeconomics and psychology applied and so on, the most important thing is status. Doesn't matter how much game you have. Although I know that some people with status, but poor game, they end up on horrible situations like divorces and accusations on paternity fraud or just being scammed or so on and so on and so on. So a lot of bad things can happen when you have status and quote-unquote no game. However, what I like to do most, my specialty is, on consulting and so on. By the way, I'm not a dating coach. I always have to mention that. Is putting people on the best position possible. And many times, doesn't matter how good you are regarding game, is putting yourself in a position where your chances increases. That's regarding everything, and game, quote-unquote, is no exception. So what I like for most people is increase their status. And how you increase your status, of course. Many people think on status, they think money. And actually that's a mentality for very dumb people. Because status is more than just quote-unquote money. Status is about how good you are regarding any kind of particular field. And how you are perceived. So if you have achieved, could be anything, could be just writing a poem, or painting a picture, a beautiful collage or something like that. You're an artist, or you're very good at a sport or something that requires hard work, and you reach that level, like a video game, you upgraded your stats and your skills and so on. Of course, you are every time increasing your status, and that's something that I recommend. However, the easiest way, most of the time, to increase your status is just do geo-arbitrage. I'm not saying that just moving from one place to another is going to be overnight, it's going to be easy. It's not the case, however, it increases your chances. For instance, if you're a middle class US citizen, the options over there are awful for you, and it is what it is. And of course, the situation, we already discussed the consequences of hypergamy. That is this particular psychological trait that females only want to mingle with the people with the top of the hierarchy, the socioeconomic hierarchy. And if you are middle class, by definition, you are not on the top echelon. However, if you move to most places abroad, your socioeconomic status is going to increase sharply. However, it's not just only about money or your income, anything like that. The US, being a US citizen, something that, depending on the location, by the way, increases your status because you come from a first world country. So it's a gravitas around that. It's not just about, having money or not having money, because many times you have to manage the situation. You don't want to overdo the things. You don't have to show up or anything like that. With your presence and saying less that you actually are saying, you can improve your particular situation. That's regarding overall. And this is not just about dating. Could be just, for instance, let's say, yet again, you're in a state and you're in a particular city. Let's say, I'm not talking New York, or could be any city in the United States. And if you are, let's say, someone that is very accomplished on, let's say, academically, or you're a very smart man and so on, but you hang out with a bunch of, let's say, not so smart people, your perceived status is not going to be great, because not so smart people only care by not so smart things. So what you should do is just start hanging out with people who are more like-minded. That's actually what I like to do all the time. When I see people, unsophisticated people, I just don't hang out with them. And I'm not saying those people are bad people. It's just that you're not going to get any value from that, and they are not going to get any value from you. And when I say this, regarding quote-unquote game and quote-unquote status, most of the time what you want to do is put on a position to succeed. And this is regarding depending your skills and so on. For instance, one of my favorite books is The Art of War. And one of the famous quotes says, know the enemy, know yourself, and in 100 battles you won't be in peril. And that's what I recommend. Know yourself and put on the best position for yourself. Everyone has skills, everyone has weakness, and so on. And you can do this arbitrage, and this is very important. That's what I like to do, the arbitrage in many ways, by the way. And like to position myself on places where I'm more valued, and when I can provide value for those kind of people, and at the same time, I can receive value as well. Of course, it is what it is. So it's a very, this is more a food for thought video regarding status, because many times, and here's something that I'm noticing on dating. This is particular for dating. What I'm noticing is that regarding dating, the females, of course, females are the drivers of the demands of females are the drivers for, of course, the dating market. And that creates incentives in order to, shape the surrounding, market. So what happens is, if females, depending, of course, the females change depending on the location that they are, the society, because they are very influenciated by the society that they are located. So if you have a terrible society, you will have terrible demands by females. So if you cannot fulfill those demands, you're going to have a terrible dating experience, because you are forced to either change yourself for the worse for fulfilling those terrible demands, or right out just don't do anything positive on that particular market. So what I would recommend on this particular situation is that if you're on a terrible demanded market, like for instance, people who like, I don't know, there are a bunch of females that they like criminals. So you're not going to become a criminal in order to get the attention of a female. I'm not suggesting that for many reasons, huh? Dating being the least important one of them. So instead of that, you can hang out on a place where your skills are more appreciated. And this is a particular balancing act that you have to do, because you want to spend most of the time the places where you are productive and you have a better rate of success. And of course, we have to talk about the quote-unquote passport bros. And it's a very simple equation. I don't know what is so much drama regarding that. Passport bro, in case you don't know, is this colloquial term used on social media in order to name men, usually American or maybe Western European, that go to less developed economies in order to have more success on dating. And I think it's very simple. It's supply and demand. It's economics. It's arbitrage. Of course, these people, the quote-unquote passport pros, are motivated, the markets, and they are seeing the trends on the market that they are more rewarded on other places, like, for instance, Southeast Asia or Colombia, or in some cases Venezuela as well, I have to say, or Eastern Europe or places like that. And of course, they're going to go. That's it. I mean, it's not like they have to work hard in order to improve themselves, of course. And most of these people actually are standout gentlemen, that they have a very good skill. They're not bad looking or anything like that. And of course, they have the caveat that they have the US passport, that actually is a very good passport overall and increases your status on most places. But of course, I don't want you guys, if you're watching this, for instance, from the United States or a Western European nation, think that just showing up is the whole job. And that's half of the job. However, the other half is to mingle and get together and do your own research and the due diligence in order to improve your social skills on the particular place when you land. Trying to get to know the local culture. So do the investment, do the work, do the, show something and prove something. And you don't have to prove anyone to anybody, but you have to at least give something back to the community that you are just showing up. And you're going to see a lot of synergy on that culture, not just regarding dating. You can make business acquaintances, you can make good friends, you can get a lot of the local culture. So do the investment. After you arrive, do the investment. And if you're not getting any value on your home community, just pick another community. It's like, the cliche of nomad capitalists, go where you're treated best. And dating is probably go where you're treated best should be the first motto regarding dating. Not the only one, by the way. After that, after you go to the place where you're treated best, after that, invest on the culture. Invest your time, your energy on the culture in order to improve a lot. And believe me, you're going to have a great synergy.
Thank you for watching Venezuela Insider. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on social media. If you want to work with us, VenezuelaInsider.com. Thanks again, and have a nice day.